So I guess the military occupation is starting. The crackdown in D.C. National Guard starts patrolling Washington D.C. streets. Very very cool. Keep in mind, D.C. is currently experiencing a 30-year sort of historic low in fucking crime. The whole narrative that the Trump administration is using to talk about like it's because of crime. There's a bunch of criminals out there in the streets. It's just like no, it's a bunch of fucking bullshit. Okay. Also, he wants to do that to get rid of a bunch of fucking homeless people because he was like driving in his limo to a fucking golf course or some shit, saw a homeless encampment and just like, ew, that's degenerate and disgusting. It needs to be cleaned up. We need to clean up, sweep the streets. So that's cool. Great, fantastic. The new picture of law enforcement in the U.S. Capitol begins to take shape Tuesday as some of the 800 U.S. National Guard members deployed by the Trump administration began arriving. From what I understand, it's not going to stop here, right? There's going to be more of them that get deployed. And again, like, we also know what the point of this is. The reason why he's doing this is because he's preparing and trying to test to see the limits that he can try to get away with when he actually tries to do military occupation of democratic cities, right? That's the point of all of this complete, utter fucking nonsense. He wants us to push the limits, push and push and push to see what he can really get away with when he actually decides to go ahead with the crackdown. Again, LA was the fucking petri dish. That was the first attempt at all of this. And now it's DC that he's going to try to see, like, okay, how much can I really, really get away with here? The city's police and federal offices officials projecting cooperation took the first few steps in an uneasy partnership to reduce crime in what U.S. President Donald Trump called, without substantiation, a lawless city. Because it's not. There's like no evidence to say whatsoever. Like he's basing this off of the fact that fucking Big Balls got his ass beat for being a Nazi little freak and because of one homeless tent. Like that's it. That's literally the basis of all this. And again, it's going to be like kind of a test to see if someone reacts and like tries to assault a federal agent, a federal police officer, or whatever, a National Guardsman or something. That's going to be the fucking trigger that is going to, or like probably not even assault, probably kill. I think kill would be the actual sort of like limit breaker there. If someone were to kill like a National Guardsman or a federal agent or whatever, then Trump's going to do the fucking military crackdown, 1,000 fucking percent. If I were to make a bet. The influx came the morning after President Trump announced he would be activating the Guard members and taking over the district's police department, something the law allows him to do temporarily. I think he's even said that he doesn't want to do it temporarily. He says I need it for longer than 30 days, which should be pretty telling as to what is the intention here. He wants to do a fucking military takeover of democratic cities. That's the point. He cited a crime emergency, but referred to the same crime that city officials stress is already falling noticeably. But by evening, the administration was saying that the National Guard members were expected to be on the streets starting Tuesday night. It's currently Thursday, so they are currently patrolling and gallivanting about. According to a White House official who's not authorized to speak publicly but token the condition of anonymity. I find it really funny that there's so many fucking officials that are speaking on the condition of fucking anonymity who can't speak publicly about this stuff. I wonder why. The U.S. Army said there's no specifics on the locations they will be patrolling, according to an official who spoke on the condition of anonymity for the same reason. What we got here? This video.
A show of force at the Washington Monument after the U.S. president seized control of local police, a first in the Capitol's history.
We need more law and order in a city that has been ravaged by violence, crime, murders, property theft.
DC crime rate. What's the crime rate? District crime distance at a glance? Well, this is from the official Metropolitan Police Department. Homicide down 11%. Sex abuse down 50%. Assault with a dangerous weapon down 20%. Robbery down 29%. Violent crime overall down 26%. Burglary down. Vehicle theft down. Theft from auto down. Theft other down. Wow, there's been one extra fucking arson, which is an increase of 33%. So yeah, whoa, crazy. Crime is significantly fucking down. It's a lie. It's complete fucking bullshit. Same with fucking 2024. Crime overall going down. The point is not about crime, okay? That's complete utter fucking bullshit. The point is he wants to try to do the fucking military takeover. That's why.
Donald Trump has declared a crime emergency in Washington, activated the National Guard, and called in the FBI too.
It's time for dramatic action.
The White House says on night one, 850 officers and FBI agents made almost 24 arrests and seized 6 handguns. Washington's mayor.
Great. People are just getting arrested probably for no fucking reason. Wasn't there like a video of like some stupid like sniveling dumb fucking morons going up to the porch of like some black people trying to like racially profile them? It's just like, dog, it's just a bunch of black people just sitting on their fucking porch. Like, are you people for real? So stupid.
Shifting her tone after originally calling Trump's actions unsettling.
How we got here or what we think about the circumstances. Right now, we have more police, and we want to make sure we're using them.
Trump's move has some support.
Just complete cowardice, complete fucking capitulation there from the mayor. Like, she's just going along with it for, like, no reason. And the reason why it's bad that she's fucking going along with it is because there's just no basis or evidence or anything. Again, the point is that he wants to do military occupation. He's trying to test to see the limits, to see how far he can really go with it when he tries to deploy the National Guard, the FBI, and other fucking police, and the little Gestapo freaks and ICE to see what happens if he were to try to do this in other Democrat cities. That's the point.
I love it. I think this is long overdue.
But it's not just crime he's cracking down on. Trump wants to move homeless people right out of the city and is dismantling encampments this week.
And if they refuse, they will be susceptible to fines or to jail time.
Fledgett Rippey.
Yeah, dude, because that's going to be really conducive to helping homeless people be able to get, like, back on their fucking feet. Just, like, sweeping them out, throwing them in fucking jail. They're definitely going to be able to get a job and get back on their fucking feet in that particular instance. It's fucking nonsense.
Says her house burnt down, local shelters are full, so she's sleeping on a park bench.
Give us a home. How about that? How about just giving people that need a home inside? Then we'd be inside. You just want to just throw us
I couldn't have said it any better myself, legit.
To the rats.
Trump's also put other cities run by Democrats on notice they could be next, like Chicago.
He is one of the biggest.
Oh, hey, the exact thing that I've been saying. He just blatantly fucking admits it. It doesn't matter. He just says like, listen, other cities, you know, you gotta be put on notice. And it's just like, dude, it's just like, that's the point. He just wants to do a fucking military crackdown and takeover of the fucking cities. Again, he wants to build a fucking Tin Pot dictatorship. It's a blatant fucking power grab.
Threats to humanity that we've seen in an entire generation.
That move would not be unprecedented. Trump deployed the National Guard in Los Angeles in June against the mayor's wishes.
And it was unnecessary, and to me it just all boiled down to being a stunt. And I just don't think you should use our troops for political stunts.
A federal judge heard arguments in California Tuesday to determine if the Trump administration violated the law in that case.
Yes. The answer to that question is yes. He never called for the Insurrection Act. He never called for anything at all. He just said, I'm going to federalize the National Guard, which you're supposed to ask the governor to do that, right? In order to fucking deploy them in California. He didn't even do that. He just federalized them, deployed them into Los Angeles, which is illegal. He did 2 things that were fucking illegal.
The trial could set a precedent for how Trump could deploy these troops in the future.
Ashley, what do we know about how long this could go on in Washington?
Wait, I have a question. Which court is handling the case that Gavin Newsom put forward? Do you, Boy Meets Minnie, do you know? Because if it's a California court that's handling that, and I assume it would be a court in California that handles it because it's a matter of fucking California, they're not going to give Trump a fair shake. He's he more than likely might fucking lose that case, which then he would probably appeal to the federal appeals court, and then it might have like a complete rigmarole fucking-McGee, and he might try to get that up to the fucking Supreme Court so you can get a favorable sort of outcome there in order to try, because I think that's probably the plan, right? It fails in the California court, right? This motion, or the motion is successful in the California court by Gavin Newsom, so it's successful there. Trump appeals it. It goes up to the Supreme Court, and he's hoping the Supreme Court gives him a fucking favorable sort of standing on that, so then he can actually do the fucking military crackdown that he wants, right? That's, mark my words, that's the strategy.
Christine, Trump used something in Washington called the Home Rule Act, which gives him 30 days. The White House says when the clock runs out, it will reevaluate. Trump once again testing the...
Yeah, the fucking reevaluation. I wonder what the White House is going to reevaluate this as. It makes you think.
Boundaries of his presidential powers to militarize a major U.S. city.
By the way, I also blame Obama for this fucking bullshit, for being able to sort of like help further and further fucking centralize more and more power into the fucking executive. Obama, Bush, all these like stupid, dumb fucking 21st century dipshit moron presidents who basically made it such that this like complete utter orange fascistic buffoon can just like do like, I'm just gonna do like whatever I want, fuck you, I don't care, and sort of just like helping sort of create the conditions for an authoritarian tin pot dictatorship to rise up. Very, very cool. So yeah, she's the Muriel Bowser is pledging to work alongside federal officials, which is fucking stupid. Cowardice. Tones the shift from the day before. Yep, we know that. We just saw that. Complete fucking cowardice, as always. Bowser's claims are about successfully driving down violent crime rates. Received backing earlier this year from an unlikely source. Ed Martin, Trump's original choice for a U.S. attorney for the District of Columbia, issued a press release in April, hailing 25% drop in violent crime rates from the previous year. Still, the law gives the federal government more sway over the capital city than in U.S. states, and Bowser said her administration's ability to push back is limited. Don't care. Push back anyways. You can't fucking take this shit lying down, because they're currently trying to take this shit lying down. Stupid. Law allows Trump to take over the D.C. police up to 30 days. Though the White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt suggested it could last longer as authorities later reevaluate and reassess. Again, they just want to do the fucking occupation. That's the point. So fucking stupid. Extending federal control past that time will require congressional approval. Since when has the Trump administration cared about congressional approval? Something likely tough to achieve in the face of Democratic resistance. 850 officers and agents fanned out across Washington on Monday, arrested 23 people overnight. The charges, he said, included homicide, drunk driving, gun and drug crimes, and subway fare evasion. Oh no, not the subway fare evasion. Whatever shall we do? Nonsense. And then, no more information on those arrests, of course. For Trump, the effort was to take over public safety in D.C., reflects an escalation on his aggressive approach to law enforcement. It's not an aggressive approach to fucking law enforcement. He wants to fucking take over the cities themselves because he knows that if he were to try to go ahead with specifically putting up the fucking dictatorship, actually becoming a fucking dictator, what he more than likely needs to do, and he knows that the democratic cities are going to be the ones who resist the most. And they're the ones who provide most of the fucking revenue and power and ability of the fucking United States. He knows that, so he needs to make sure that he's ready with military police and to be able to crack down on that shit immediately. Otherwise, the resistance is going to probably be too much. Although I don't think this is going to be broadly. I think if he were to try to go ahead, I think the whole country would revolt against him, because there is no fucking shot in any fucking circumstance that people are going to take that shit lying down. Even some Republicans are going to be like, yeah, I don't think so. Like, like, this is not it, dog. Like, this is pretty fucking crazy. Remove 70 homeless encampments over the last 5 months. People who were living in them can leave, go to a homeless shelter, go into a drug treatment. The problem is that all of those are full. Caroline, because the material conditions are not being assessed on the ground, especially by your fucking freak in orange freak in fucking goddamn power. So that's cool. Trump's declaration of a state of emergency fits the general pattern of his second term in office. Declared states of emergencies on issues ranging from border protection to economic tariffs. Stupid, by the way, because again, he's just trying to use this as justification to just do whatever the fuck he wants because he wants to be a dictator. It's all about power for him. Enabling him to essentially rule via executive order. In many cases, he has moved forward while the courts sorted them out. Crazy. He's using the fact that the courts are going to be slow about this to his advantage to push his, like, stupid bullshit. So, that's really, really cool. But what do we got here? We have, the Subway sandwich guy. Because, again, DC is not taking this sitting down. They are fucking pissed. And there's a lot of fucking protests that are going on. I know that this clip has been making the rounds.
They're what? You see these fascists right here? Huh? Fascists? Fuck you! Fuck you, fascists!
True.
I laugh, but that's the truth. We ain't talking real shit. I need to do some background studying about the
He's real. He's a king.
What vehicle? The ones they pulled up in. These fascists.
Oh, the fascists tried to the federal bite investigation.
Where did they? What vehicles did they show up in?
They showed up in unmarked.
Where are they? Where?
Of course, they're unmarked, as expected. I probably, he wants to make a bet that they're all also masked up. I wonder why.
Right, the white truck right there, the white car right there.
That white Jeep over there.
All the white cars.
All those white cars.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't got me super bad. No.
Saw the chat on your street. Yeah, there it is. He threw the fucking sub and it's starting to run. There it fucking is. That's crazy, bro. I mean, we can, like, quibble about, like, if that is a good idea in order to do something like that, you know, because, again, that could be used as further justification to fucking crack down. But if, honestly, if a fucking dude throwing a sub at a fucking goddamn federal officer is going to be used for the further fucking crackdown, dog, people are going to be up in arms about this. But again, the basis of the fucking occupation is already incredibly stupid as it is to begin with. Again, quick reminder, Trump literally saw one fucking homeless tent on his way to a golf course and wanted to do a military crackdown over it, and also the fact that Big Balls got his fucking shit kicked in by two 15-year-old girls, apparently, during a fucking a supposed fucking carjacking. It's nonsense. It's stupid. It's so over. That's crazy. There's a fucking sandwich. But what do we have here? So, some videos. The National Guard takes over Washington, D.C. So, basically, from what I understand right now, they're, like, setting up a bunch of military fucking checkpoints and shit, which is fucking crazy. It's, like, this is it. He's trying to do fucking military crackdown. Like, quite literally.
National Guard troops rolled into Washington, D.C. overnight as part of President Trump's federal takeover of the city's police. Officials say the move targets rising violent crime, but as Lucas Tomlinson reports, city leaders are condemning the move as an unprecedented overreach.
The National Guard has arrived in the nation's capital under President Trump's orders to fight crime and reduce homelessness. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says this ramped-up presence will last for a month.
Within these 30 days, our entire focus is making sure that this is the most efficient operation possible and that we are removing as many criminals from the streets.
At the Justice Department, the newly confirmed U.S. Attorney for D.C., Janine Pirro, was asked about violent crime being down in the nation.
Keep in mind, by the way, she's just like a complete drunkard fucking freak, just Fox News host, dipshit, like wholeheartedly unqualified for the fucking position.
Capital 26% over the past
TV
year.
president.
You tell the mother of the intern who was shot going out from McDonald's near the Washington Convention Center, oh, crime is down. No, that falls on deaf ears. And my ears are deaf to that. And that's why.
But crime is overall fucking down because there has been efforts that were being put in because, again, the crime wave fucking happened in DC as a result of COVID and material conditions not being properly fucking addressed, and crime is going down. Whoa, it turns out crazy. In order to be able to have, like, once you put in particular policies, crime, you can't hit the crime insta-gone button, okay? That's not how that fucking works. It's stupid. It takes time for these policies to take effect. Silly.
Why I fight the fight. Federal law enforcement agents are also assisting. FBI Director
Like, if anything, this is just going to make crime go up, having all these, like, stupid, dumb motherfucking, like, federal agents run around, gallivant about, and just randomly fucking arresting people because people are going to get pissed about it.
Posting the results. On the first big push of FBI supporting Donald Trump, initiative to make D.C. safe again, FBI reported 10 arrests with partners. These include 1 arrest on a search warrant for a prior murder charge, multiple unlawful possession of firearms, multiple outstanding warrants for DUI, and 1 arrest for violation of a restraining order. President Trump has ordered 800...
Like, you need a federal crackdown for those specifically. That's supposed to be stuff that's handled by local law enforcement, you stupid motherfuckers. Like, that's not up to the federal government to take care of that. Like, again, nonsense.
National Guard soldiers to help local law enforcement patrol the streets. The D.C. police force is short about the same number of cops right now. The head of D.C.'s police union says he doubts that crime has come down as much as city officials say.
Oh, I'm
In
sure.
Washington, Lucas Tomlinson, Fox News.
Even though literally, hey, police union guy, you're the exact fucking department that you represent. It seems to contradict what you're saying, you fucking bootlicker. Saying that, whoa, overall, violent crime is down 26%. Like, what is the fucking goddamn statistics that are being put out by your fucking precinct, by your fucking police officers? Are they lying? Is it wrong? Like, listen, cops have lied about stuff like this before, but, like, lied about crime overall going down? Like, are you people for real? Nonsense. It's bullshit. But yeah, we got the big man himself.
Statehood is ridiculous. We want to straighten the place out. Statehood's ridiculous. It's unacceptable. It's the Democrats want it because the Democrats have, about 95% in this little area. Even I didn't get it very much. They want that. They want to pick up 2 senators, and it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
He just blatantly fucking admits why he thinks it's just like a power grab. Well, you know what? Like, you're perfectly okay with, like, doing everything possible to cheat. So, I don't know. Like, personally, I'm totally fine with this. Listen, if DC had fucking statehood, then they'd be able to do a lot more to fight a lot of the stupid fucking bullshit that you're currently trying to do, which you don't want in particular. Because, again, you're just a fascist and a petty authoritarian that just wants power for himself.
Happen. And that's the least of the reasons why, by the way, but that's one of the reasons why.
Sure.
What we want to do is make Washington, D.C. the greatest, most beautiful, safest capital anywhere in the world, and that's going to happen.
Yeah, by throwing everyone into a fucking hole somewhere. Like, really? Do you really think, considering the recidivism rate within the U.S., it's going to make everyone safer? No, it's going to make everything worse because, again, they're going to leave and then re-offend. That happens all the fucking time in the United States. Just throwing them in jail and throwing the fucking key away is not going to address the problem. But then again, he doesn't care about addressing the problem. He hates the poor. He's never going to address the problem. DEA chief is in charge.
National Guard troops began arriving at the D.C. Armory Tuesday morning on the president's orders. Trump said Attorney General Pam Bondi would be overseeing the implementation of his plan.
Ultimately, the chain of command is as such. The President of the United States, the Attorney General of the United States, our DEA Administrator Terry Cole, who is now serving ahead of the Chief of the Metropolitan Police Department. They will be working together.
Roughly 800 National Guard troops.
A bunch of just like complete, probable, utter schizophrenics and freaks, obviously, have to be the ones that are doing this like supposed crime crackdown, which, I don't know, guys, like, I'll go to the statistics again. Crime is overall fucking down. The point is that this is just a power grab. That's the point of all this.
Troops have been activated with 200 of them designated to aid local law enforcement.
We're going to take our capital back.
Although local leaders, including Mayor Muriel Bowser and Police Chief Pamela Smith, said they were blindsided by Trump's takeover announcement Monday, they struck a diplomatic tone when speaking about the federal takeover Tuesday.
What we've done at this point is we have provided the team, the administrator, with a strategic plan on how we will provide resources around our city. I think it's something that is doable.
Attorney General Pam Bondi released a statement on X following her meeting with Bowser Tuesday, saying, "We agree that there is nothing more important than keeping residents and tourists in Washington, D.C. safe from deadly crime."
Dog, what fucking tourists, dude? Tourism is down all over the place in the United States. No one wants to visit that fucking authoritarian crackpot fucking shithole that you call a fucking country. Because again, they're afraid that they're just gonna get randomly fucking detained by ICE Gestapo freaks. Which has happened. Like, Canadian citizens, for fuck's sake, have been detained by state agents within the United States of America. Wild.
It shows violent crime in Washington, D.C. has been declining since a 2023 spike with 2 years of sustained improvement. Bowser said,
"Guys, it turns out when you decide to implement policy that are meant to take down crime, it goes down gradually. It doesn't happen instantly. There is no button that instantaneously stops crime." This is, like, broadly speaking, I hope that the point that I'm overall raising here is understood. The point is not about stopping crime. That's an excuse. Like, Republicans love committing crime. They love criminals. Listen, like, Donald Trump was the main guy who pardoned about 17 fucking hundred, like, January 6th rioters who were all fucking criminals, right? All those motherfuckers are criminals. They love fucking criminals. They don't give a fuck about stopping crime and criminals. If it's criminals that they can go after, right, for people who can't fucking fight back. But if it's people that they agree with, you know, they're fine with that, no problem.
Said she'd like to make the most of the additional support to drive down crime rates even further. I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
Take a look. These are teachers, officers, first responders, parents, siblings, and friends. I was there as guardsman after guardsman walked out of the D.C. headquarters for the National Guard. An emotional Fatma Ba was dropping off her fiancé. She told us his orders say he will be deployed for 13 days. He just came back from Guard responsibilities and was preparing to get back to his family and day job.
It was devastating. He was hurt. You know, he was ready to go back to work. He just came back from drill on Sunday, serving in drill. So it's just like everything is just happening so fast at rapid speed for him.
The Ba's have 2 children who saw their dad for less than 24 hours before he had to return to serve. As a guardsman, the mayor's office says the National Guard will coordinate their efforts with MPD.
Sure, man.
On this corner off of Minnesota Avenue in Southeast D.C., those who live here and community leaders are talking about the Trump takeover.
I haven't seen the National Guard deployed. You don't know exactly where they are, what communities they're going into.
After speaking to Eugene Branch, National Guard vehicles were spotted near the Washington Monument. But Branch said it's his Ward 8 neighborhood that needs help fighting crime.
We haven't seen any of that over here in Southeast D.C.
There's a part of the city that, as I say before, may have a cold, but this area has pneumonia. We need to make sure that there's justice for the whole city, that there's equal attention in terms of love and justice.
800 National Guard troops ordered to D.C., but on day 2, Ward 8 ANC Andrea Davis says there's been no sign of the deployment here. But she also disagrees with the tactic.
This is not the answer bringing the National Guard. We need more resources by way of more police officers. We need to get rid of the 2-year college requirement so we can bring forth more qualified candidates like Maryland and Virginia.
If you were to see, like we mentioned, boots on...
It's very interesting, again, like, every sort of, like, local, like, individual saying, like, yeah, they're, like, we don't even know what they're doing. They're just, like, kind of walking around. We have no fucking clue what's going on. And again, like I said before, they're setting up a bunch of military checkpoints. Again, the point is military crackdown. That's what it actually is. And yeah, you're 100% right, Boy Meets Minnie. This isn't the National Guard's job. They're not supposed to do civilian fucking arrests, right? The point is that they are supposed to help defend the homeland in the case of invasion, right? That's the point of the National Guard. But, I mean, Republicans would argue that there is an invasion of, like, I don't know, rapists, criminals, gangsters, drugs, and shit like that, even though there's, like, no basis or any evidence of that whatsoever. But again, a lot of that may have also potentially happened because of stuff that Trump himself has done during his first term. But Republicans are not very good at thinking about that stuff and aren't very good at thinking that far because they themselves are just generally not able to think really much at all. But if we want to talk about, like, the reasons as to why a lot of this stuff is fucking happening, a lot of it is because of Trump's fucking terrible fucking policies, because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, because he's a moron.
On the ground, would that be something that would make you feel safer?
I do want to see my people taken care of. I want to see the people that work hard every day supported. And we want to see people being helped. I don't want to see my people be harmed and used and abused.
This shouldn't be about one part of the city feeling safe. It should feel like the whole city wants to feel safe.
So it's a 30-day period. What do you expect to see in your community?
I just want to see change. I want to see our neighborhood clean. I want to see the schools safe for the children.
I'm at Gelka in Washington, where D.C.'s police union is saying they're welcoming the federal help after the president has temporarily taken over law enforcement in the district.
Yeah, the D.C. police union that seemingly doubts the fucking goddamn numbers that are being posed by his own fucking police officers and statisticians. So, you know, that's really, really cool. Yeah, like, you know, of course they do. It's like a whole fucking manufacturing consent narrative. Like, oh, look at this one bullet hole in this one fucking car, but they don't give a fuck about the school shootings as much. Like, whatever. It's fucking stupid.
National Guard troops arrived at Washington, D.C.'s Armory with 800 guardsmen deployed as part of the president's federalization of the city's law enforcement.
Our capital city has been overtaken by violent gangs and bloodthirsty criminals.
We have more police, and
No
we want to make
evidence
sure
of
we
that,
use them.
obviously.
When critics pointed to data showing violent crime at a 30-year low, the White House said the numbers were being cooked. D.C.'s police union agreed.
Being cooked. And of course, like I said before, the police union agreeing with that. Because again, the police union, the point of them is they're just complete fucking bootlickers, right? Like, police unions aren't actual fucking unions. Nonsense.
Agrees.
This concept that crime is down is really an old trope, and we're currently sitting at 3,180 with more than 800 vacancies for the position of sworn police officer. And that's the main reason why we can't keep these streets safe.
Congress can play a role not just in D.C., but nationwide, where Republicans believe blue cities are soft on crime.
President Trump will not be deterred by soft-on-crime Democrats and media activists who refuse to acknowledge this rampant violence on our streets.
New York
It's very, very cool that they just, again, they're just, whoa, admitting to it. They're just admitting to it, saying, like, the point is the fucking military takeover. Like I've been constantly reiterating. They just want to do a military fucking crackdown on blue cities specifically because they think that they're being soft on fucking crime. It's so fucking stupid. Yeah, exactly. Like, they don't give a fuck about, like, Republican fucking towns who, generally speaking, have higher rates of homicide, higher rates of fucking crime, in Republican states who have the higher rates of fucking crime, because it turns out a lot of crime is, generally speaking, either used as a euphemism for too many fucking minorities and black people, or is caused by fucking poverty. And Republican states are significantly more impoverished than Democrat fucking states. Whoa, who would have thought?
Republican Elise Stefanik is reportedly working on a bill ending no-cash bail policies nationwide, a practice where a criminal defendant doesn't need to post bail while awaiting trial for lesser offenses. Florida Republican Byron Donalds has a bill that would make changes to D.C.'s youth offender system and sentencing. Some on D.C. City Council agree change is necessary.
And I also do agree that there were some laws that went too far several years ago. I'm proud of the progress that we've made leading to this 30-year low of violent crime, but I am also the first to say we have to do more.
Democrats have slammed the president's use of military on American soil as authoritarian and an abuse of his power.
And that step is a huge step towards an autocratic government with a president who has his own domestic police force. So that's the biggest thing that alarms me about it.
Republicans could also look to quickly fill the Superior
Can't really disagree with that.
Court bench in D.C. with vacancies that have made it harder to fight crime in the Capitol. Nominees require Senate confirmation, and the chamber has been slow to act.
Well, I have bad news for you. He's probably just going to go along with it anyways. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Again, like, I keep bringing up the military checkpoints, but there's like military fucking checkpoints in fucking DC. It's fucking crazy. Military checkpoints, Washington, DC. It's fucking wild the shit's fucking going down. Like, what? Crowd in DC, outrage, federal law enforcement presence as car stopped on busy street. There's some protesters. That's not what no cash bail means. It means that cases are decided on a case-by-case basis if the person can leave, not how much they are able to afford bail. Whoa, you're telling me that media very often has no idea what the fuck they're talking about, Alex? Well, who would have thought? But look at these guys. They're just, like, standing there. Like, for what purpose? Like, the checkpoint is fucking routine. No, I don't think it's routine. Again, the point is the military fucking crackdown.
Right here.
Based of those individuals that are protesting. Again, I don't think there's like really much else to say besides the point of this is rather fucking simple. It's not about fucking cleaning up the streets. It's not about fucking decreases in crime. Again, crime has gone down, but of course, Trump would prefer to listen to the schizo police union head who has a vested interest in trying to beat up as many black people on the streets as possible. It's not about any of that stuff. The point is that Donald Trump is seeking to test the limits of his power in terms of doing military crackdown within democratic cities specifically. That is the point of all of these actions that he's currently taking. It's never been about keeping the fucking streets safe. Crime in all aspects are down in fucking DC, except for arson, which got only went from 3 to 4 attacks. Oh no. There's another case of fucking arson. It's the end of the fucking world. But every metric of crime, as per the Metropolitan Police Department themselves, saying that they are all down. But of course, these motherfuckers are just going to say well, the numbers are fake, they're not real, because these people don't exist in reality. No, the point is the crackdown. The point is the military fucking takeover. And Trump is continuing to push and push and push the limits to see what he can really, really get away with, while Congress continues to sit on their fucking thumbs, with their fucking thumbs up their asses, and doing fucking nothing about it. That's the real point about this. He wants to do a power grab. It's all about the fucking authoritarianism with him. That's the point. Don't think there's really much else to say besides he's just a fucking tin pot dictator who wants all the power for himself.